All right, you guys. So, with the conclusion of Star Wars Celebration 2023, I thought we'd take a look at some of the reveals that we received from the Vintage and Black Series line. So, let's get started. Starting with the Vintage collection, we are getting a look at the 4-pack of characters from the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And we're going to start with Reese Yees. Actually received this figure with one of my sets. I forget what particular set he came in, but I do actually have this on the card, obviously minus the 40th anniversary sticker. And then, of course, we have Tessic, the Quarren, very cool. Love the look of this particular character. And then, of course, next we have our Velkin Tessery, and forgive my pronunciation of the characters' names here, but this guy looks really, really cool. I like the look of that particular guy. And then, of course, we also have Tyron Durin Garden. Very cool. Again, another cool looking figure, another cool Jabba Palace figure. This set will be available April 11th at 1 p.m. on Hasbro Pulse. And then, of course, we have the N1 Starfighter from The Mandalorian in the Vintage Collection line. Very, very cool. This is probably my top item from all of the reveals that we got this weekend. Very impressed with this. We knew it was coming, and we finally got it, and it looks absolutely amazing from these promotional photos. But, of course, you do get a lot. Darksaber. You get your Mandalorian, you get your Grogu. He looks very cool in the cockpit right there. You also get a very, very cool stand with this particular vehicle. So this is definitely a top hit on my list of gets for this reveal from Star Wars Celebration. So I am extremely, extremely excited about this one. I'm sure a lot of fans are. A lot of conversions were made when this thing was first introduced in The Mandalorian last year. So very cool. This item will be made available on April 11th at 1 p.m. through Hasbro Pulse. Very cool. Next up, we get our beefier Chrysanthemum figure in the Vintage Collection line, and he does look beefy, beefy tostada. Looking very cool, very nice. You have his knuckle guards, really nice, and they are electrified. They come with the electrified effects, so very, very cool. This guy looks awesome, and definitely going to pick him up for the Vintage Collection. You got to have him. If you're going to have Boba Fett and the rest of the characters, you got to have this guy as well. So very nice reveal. Next up, we have our 9 Num from the Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary set of figures in the Vintage Collection line, and he looks really, really cool. Very, very nice. I'm sure a lot of us have this figure already, but of course, you do not have it with the 40th Anniversary backdrop or card back, so you definitely, if you are a card back collector, this is probably a must-have. So very cool, and the figure looks absolutely great. I am most definitely going to be picking this guy up. So very cool reveal for your 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi set of figures. 9 Num will be available April 11th at 1 p.m. on Hasbro Pulse. Another very cool 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi reveal is your Moff Gerard character. I don't believe we've ever received this particular character in the Vintage Collection line. I could be mistaken about that, but this is a very cool reveal, very nice looking figure, and definitely a must-have because I do not have this guy. He also will be available April 11th at 1 p.m. on Hasbro Pulse. So now getting into our Black Series figures, we have a very cool set, which is our Force Ghosts or Force Spirits, which include Anakin, Skywalker, Yoda, and Obi-Wan Kenobi in this 3-pack set for your 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And of course, you have Anakin Skywalker here, which is very cool. Very nice looking figure. There is a little bit of controversy amongst the fans who are looking to have Sebastian Shaw as opposed to Christian Haydenson. And then, of course, here we have Yoda, who looks absolutely amazing. Force Spirit Yoda. Very, very nice looking figure and very awesome. And I absolutely love this figure and this particular pack. And then, of course, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi to fill out your diorama scene for Return of the Jedi at the very end when the Force Ghosts show up. So, very nice set. Unfortunately, this roping right here, I don't believe comes with the set, but I think it's very, very cool. And we actually got a little bit of a live look at these figures as well. This set is an exclusive to Hasbro Pulse, which will be released April 11th at 1 p.m. Next up is our Jabba the Hutt and Sakash's Crumb set. Very cool. This has been released a few times in the Black Series line. I actually have a couple of these as well. I have one sealed in a box. I don't have the full hookah set, so this does appeal to me a little bit. It will be available April 11th at 1 p.m. as well. We also got a bit of a live look at this one as well. A very cool set, but it's been released a few times. And then, of course, next up is our Cad Bane figure. We've had a couple of releases of this guy. I believe one with a chest armor. One of the things with this guy is the tubing on the side of his face, and the face sculpt looks a little different, and the hat looks a little different to me on this particular sculpt as well. So I am very interested in this one to see what it looks like compared to what they've already released. But again, we've received this guy a couple of times in the line. April 11th is the release date for this guy at 1 p.m. Very cool. And then, of course, next up is going to be our Royal Guard. We've had this released a few times. I don't see anything too different with this particular figure. There's not too much that you can do differently with this particular figure, but it is very cool. And of course, it is going to come on the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary card back. So if you are into collecting the card backs, I think this is a figure you'll be interested in, but I don't see anything too much different other than the card back for this guy. Once again, he will be available on Hasbro Pulse April 11th at 1 p.m. This here is a very interesting release because we have received a version of this figure prior to this with the removable helmet, but the face sculpt looks a lot better for this particular one. So I believe this is going to be on my hit list of figures to pick up. So it is a very, very cool reveal, even though we have received it before. But again, I think the face sculpt is updated, and the helmet here, the without the top part of it, I don't think we've had it quite as detailed. So I am very interested, and he will be available April 11th at 1 p.m. And then, of course, we have our R2-D2 figure for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Very cool. And, of course, we received a couple of these in the Black Series line. I think he does come with a couple of different features. I know there's one specific feature that we'll get to in just a moment that's different with this guy, but very cool. I am interested in it because it does come with this very specific feature coming up next here, which I've never seen this particular feature for this figure. So very cool, very nice. He will be available April 11th at 1 p.m. Very cool figure. And then, of course, we also got a shot of him here at Star Wars Celebration. And then, of course, we have our Luke Skywalker for the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary set of figures. Very cool looking figure. I believe it does have an updated face sculpt. Looks a lot better than the previous release that we received. Very cool, very nice looking figure. I may get it just for the face sculpt alone, but the face sculpt looks absolutely amazing, even though these are promotional photos. We also got a bit of a live look at this one with the Vader, so very, very nice figure. This will be available April 11th at 1 p.m. on Hasbro Pulse. And then, of course, next up, we got our Omega figure from the Bad Batch, and she looks absolutely amazing. Now, of course, these are just promotional photos, but the face sculpt looks outstanding with this particular figure. I cannot wait. And she also comes with a plethora of accessories. You have the closed bow and arrow that she can carry on her back. Then she also has the open bow and arrow. She comes with two separate head sculpts, one with the helmet and one without. Again, the face sculpt looks absolutely amazing. Again, she has a plethora of accessories with the open and closed bow, the two head sculpts, and the outfit looks amazing. We got a live look at this figure as well. And then, of course, to round out the Bad Batch, we got a very cool look at Tech as well as Hunter. I know these are some tough photos, but these are the live looks that we got from Star Wars Celebration as well as the Commando Trooper. So this particular wave is going to be exclusive to Walmart on May 4th, but I believe you'll be able to order these on April 11th at 1 p.m. on Hasbro Post, so you want to check with your local retailer for release dates for this one. And of course, for our pipeline reveals, we got our Battle Damage Grievous, our Pre Vizsla, our Obi-Wan Kenobi, and our Battle Damage Vader, Qui-Gon Jinn Spirit Ghost, and Flashback Clone Trooper. And then lastly, we get a look at our old Master Maul, who looks really cool. I love the armor with this guy and the face scope. It looks really, really nice. Very, very cool. Definitely will be picking this particular guy up. And then we also got to look at Doc Encore, who is the antiquities dealer on Batu. So this is a really cool figure, and I think he'll make a very nice background figure. So we got a lot of reveals, a lot of action figures, guys, and I'm sure there might have been something that I missed because there was so much that was done over the weekend with action figures, guys. So let me know if I've missed anything, guys, and let me know what you are most hyped for. Is it the N1? Is it the Jabba the Hutt set? Is it the Bad Batch wave of figures? Let me know and put those comments down below. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And of course, guys, from the Father to the Son to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost. May the Force be with you always.